Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode is the beginning of this year's Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. All these joints for this month will be those. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. Today's episode is actually about the beginning, how this all came together. Not the whole story, just enough to be like, yo, okay. Because the whole story is a wild story, you know what I'm saying? But the nits and grits and grants and banks and bumps of it, you know what I mean? To get into the I don't know what you want to call it, like the main piece of it, the meat of it, you know what I mean? This is like the meat of it, you know, like why wasn't it chosen in May? It could have been any other day, probably except for February, because somebody black would have been like, y'all can't have that, that's ours, get your own money. So I'm pretty sure there would have been somebody fighting for that. Y'all, that sound like it's probably a joke. Nah, I'm pretty sure, yo. And it was like, yo, well, there's a lot of things that happen with Asian people in February. I don't care. Do it in January. And they're like, the real, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is like, no, that's the beginning of the year. We don't want to associate that with that. Then people will get that confused with Chinese New Year. Like, what? Yeah. So we'll give you March maybe. Nah, we'll find another month that's similar. Oh, May works. I don't know how that worked. I'm just don't quote me on that. That's not a thing. I'm just saying. I did the research. I do know how it came across, and we even talk about it on the episode. So that's how that goes. What I also want to say is we are recording this on May 4th. That's May the 4th be with you. Star Wars geek out moment for all y'all out there. And here's the wild part. We will be posting this the next day, which is Cinco de Mayo. Wildest part about this is people still have no idea what Cinco de Mayo is. They just like, yo, it's the Mexicans' independence and give me my beer. Like if people had to lose their right to drink for that day for getting the wrong answer, everybody would study up on what Cinco de Mayo means. I'm surprised they don't even teach you in school so you at least know going into it. They're just like, show your Mexican pride and put the colors everywhere and everybody's all fiestaed out. Wow, right? That is what it is, man. 4th, though. May 4th, that's a whole nother thing. You could slide through easily on Star Wars Day. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is at least be like, I like the first 3 movies. Cause I ain't gonna lie, your credibility loses all its ground as soon as you go, I've never seen the first 3 movies. And they're like, what? The first 3? We're talking about The New Hope, back when first of all, I remember when that didn't even have a name. It was just Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It was Star Wars, then you had Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. There was no New Hope. New Hope came with the second trilogies came through. Then they was like, yo, we gotta put a name to this too to sell it. New Hope. I don't know, that's how I feel. I know George Lucas said he had all this already mapped out. And it was already mapped out, and for whatever reason he did that. He did part 4 first. So that's what makes it even crazier. May 4th, part 4 first. Yo, May 4th, it all, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's going too far. That's thinking too deep into it. Anyway, you lose your steam when you say, I don't know anything about the first 3 movies. Anything. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. Like the crazy ancestral moments that just totally loses its grip. Like, remember before you found out Luke and Leia were sisters and you were like, yo, they really got a bond. Like, she tapped into this dude telepathically. Like, yo, Han ain't got a chance, man. He ain't got a chance. Yo, that's crazy. He ain't got a chance at all. It's like she tapped into this dude's mind. Like, where are you? I'm here. And it was like, yo, oh snap. Then you find out they brother and sister, and you're like, this is so crazy. Then the first movie when she kisses him just to make dude jealous, he's like, yeah, I think I'm about to get some of this queen joint. And it was like, nah, man, you can't. Then you look back, you're like, you can't, man, you can't. No, nah, B, that's your sister. crazy. Though if they don't know nothing about the first three, gotta be a little like, If they don't know nothing about the second three, you can kind of get, like, you can almost get away with that in Star Wars, right? Be like, I like the first three, I didn't like the second three. And what his cheat codes for people out there who don't know cheat codes. You go, I really don't understand what was all the hype about Boba Fett anyway. He supposedly, before the show came out, died in like the little 10 to 5 minutes you saw him. Like, they talked good about him, and then when you saw him, it was like, this is it? Overrated. Everybody's gonna rock with you. Everybody's gonna rock with you. They're like, word, yeah, you're right. They're gonna rock with you. Ain't nobody gonna hate on you for that comment. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you go, yo, I didn't see that coming with the Darth Vader joint and Luke, nobody's gonna hate on you. Nobody's going to hate on you. That's just real. There's so much there's a lot going on in those three movies. So you can get away with just saying little slick stuff here and there. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with, like, here's the thing about the Phantom Menace. People kind of like it now. Yo, at the time they was hating on the kid. They ain't like the whole premise. Like, time goes by, they're like, it ain't bad. It's just, same thing with the dude who played a little older Anakin. They been hating on him. Coming back around like, yo, when they did the Obi-Wan joint, I hope they bring him back. Oh my God, they brought him back. That's so dope. Like, that's why you can't listen to people, man. Your knee-jerk reaction versus taking the time to let this mature and watch it a few more times. That's what it takes. It takes TBS and TNT and Fox and FO and the FX to play that joint 100 times for you to be like, because every once in a while you just turn the channels and it's on one of those freeform or something, and you're like, yo, ain't nothing else on. Let me just watch some of this until the next joint come on. All right. Oh wow, I guess I never paid attention. This ain't that bad. That's all it takes. Cable will make anything look good. I'm surprised that whoever owns Jiggly ain't just been like, yo, TNT, do y'all just want to like play this every other day for us, please? Like, and somebody will be like, yo, you know what? That really wasn't that bad. That's all it takes. Cable will make anything good. Don't tell me I'm lying. How many times do any of y'all let's just happen to be and turn to something and be like, yo, I remember this. Be like, yo, this ain't that bad. I mean, it might, unless you come across that one scene that's really horrible, and that's the scene that you click on and you're like, and this is why I didn't mess with this, and you turn. But other than that, if you don't see that scene that made you go, this is garbage, you'll give it a chance. Everything. And Star Wars, the second trilogies, yeah, TNT, yeah, people need to thank TNT and TBS and FX and Fox and Freeform and all these other cable channels that just kept playing it just randomly throughout the day, any day. Like, you come home from work at like 4, just turn to TNT, just happen to turn to TNT, and it's right there. Like, yo, this is a weekday. This is how we doing? Like, what? Y'all ain't got like some random Charmed or Bewitched or Buffy the Vampire type joint jumping. Y'all ain't got Supernatural or something playing. Y'all got Star Wars. Alright, cool. Oh snap, that's crazy. I forgot about Darth Maul. He was official. He pulled the 2 blades out. Okay. Yo, this is wild. And you watch the joint and then you're hooked. That's how it goes. That's just how it be, man. That's how it be. Anyway, we out here recording on May the 4th be, which is Star Wars Day. I got a little too deep with that. And for those who be like, yo, I don't watch the other stuff on Disney Plus, it's all cool. Mandalorian got everybody. Look, Mandalorian was the reason why everything else took off, because that was just space cowboy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And here's the wild part about that. We know Baby Yoda's name, and we still go Baby Yoda. We still go the baby. My man, there's an episode in the newest season where someone does whatever, and he goes, Grogu. Almost sounds like Batman when he's talking, don't he? Grogu. He should have been a Batman. Grogu, Spanish Batman. Grogu. And they'll still say something, and he'll just come back around, Grogu. Even when Carl Willis was like, hey, and you still got the Grogu. And nobody's listening. They still going Baby Yoda. They don't care. You know what I mean? We've tagged them already. We don't care what the name is. We tagged them. Once the streets get a hold of it, ain't no turning back. But anyway, that's what you do, man. I don't know if people saw Boba Fett. It was there. Andor seemed dope. For the 2 episodes I saw, because I didn't continue to seeing it. It was just like, yo, I didn't know what I was looking at. And it was just too much espionage jumping off my taste in 2 episodes. I was like, yo, what am I watching here? What is he doing? Is these kids supposed to be him, or what? I'm confused, man. I just stopped. I just literally just stopped. I might go back to that. But anyway, man, that's what we doing. This episode is about Asian and Pacific Islanders. I know y'all probably thinking, was this an edit? No, it really wasn't. I just realized as I was talking, I was like, I'm too much about Star Wars. This ain't nothing Asian Pacific Islander about Star Wars outside of Boba Fett. But yeah, let's do what we do, man. This is that episode. We talk about how y'all get there to having it be in May, which is crazy because for all the talk about Hispanics, you would have thought with the celebration of Cinco de Mayo, we would have just had we would have had the Hispanic joint in May. We're weird like that. You know what I'm saying? Juneteenth, we might have to fight for getting Black History Month in June. I'm sorry, gay people. Y'all can take February. We will trade out with you. Have a nice trade. That might mess up. That might put a damper on you guys' parades. Like, ain't nothing cool about walking around shirtless and stuff in the winter. But, yay, Juneteenth, Black History Month, it should be kind of a little closer together. You know what I mean? Y'all can have July. We'll just let February be alone. And y'all can have July, and we'll do it that way. We'll have to go back in the history books and talk to the brother who, you know what I'm saying, go to everybody black has to go to the grave of my man who came up with Black History Month and go, yo, Juneteenth came around and they started to recognize it. This is a chance for us to have barbecues and parades on Black History Month. Like, just to be out here celebrating, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, you know what I mean? Go fill up the city parks with nothing but the smell of good ribs and burgers and steaks and just, you know what I'm saying, just some good music. Frankie Beverly and Maze, you know what I'm saying, before I let go, you know what I'm saying, have a 2-step jumping off. We got a chance, man. We got a chance. Come on. Please understand, but I get it. Frederick Douglass' birthday, Abraham Lincoln joint, I get that, but we got Juneteenth now. Black history, Juneteenth. We making that work. The synergies there, B. Please, don't be mad at us. Don't make it rain every day in June, please. Let us have this. Thank you. And then go about your business and have somebody go, yo, we want to switch the day. We want that to be our new month. And we rock with it. And we do what we do. Because Juneteenth is already established. February for Black History Month, it's about 40-something years old. We can switch them. We can switch that over. Like, yo, new generation will be thinking, yeah, summertime is daytime. Like Black History, summertime. Then you play the Will Smith joint at every barbecue at the ceremonial joint. Summertime, yo. And everybody get the 2-stepping like Pops did in the line joint in the video. Oh, look, I done just made a better holiday for us. I made a better holiday for us. Like I said, I'm sorry. Gay people, y'all can have July or August. August ain't got nothing. Y'all can have August. August ain't got nothing. Y'all ever notice that? August ain't got one holiday. No real holiday. Y'all can have August. August is Gay Pride Month. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. August, we got this. Being patriotic is in July. Summer is locked down. What? I just made America better. I need to be president. Vote. Put that joint. Write it in. Black Caesar. BLACK CEEZAR. You can put it together. You can, you know, make it 2 individual words. I just came up with something for us. For us, the whole world is gonna be like, yo, that is great. No more cold holidays sitting around like, But and then we still gonna do MLK over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, okay, all right, cool. You know what MLK was always in suits anyway. I ain't never see MLK running around here. No, I ain't never see an MLK's picture with his shirt off and some shorts at the pool. He was he always came off serious. Like, I ain't got time to be partying. Get your clothes on, Jesse. The struggle is still continuing. He ain't got time for that. He out here trying to make it happen. Our people ain't got. Is those the kind of dreams you was having, Jesse? You want to go to the Bahamas? I know that's a bad impression. That just sounds like a dead. That sounds like a dead Martin Luther King just probably whispering in my ear when I go to sleep tonight. We ain't moving to June. Stop playing. My birthday and this month. And Frederick Douglass. Come on, man. I don't even know. Is Martin Luther King Day? Is that in January? I don't know. I'm look. And somebody be like, hey, he do Black History. I'll tell y'all what I don't do. Martin Luther King. I've never been a fan of Martin Luther King. It was like that was all Black History was when we was kids. It was like, hey, Harriet Tubman freed some slaves, Martin Luther King. And you heard about Martin Luther King for the next 28 days. They were like, Harriet Tubman freed some slaves one day. The rest of the time, it was Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King. You knew what Martin Luther King had for breakfast. You knew what his favorite meals were. You knew who was his barber. You knew all kind of stuff. Martin Luther King, you knew his shoe size. You knew who his tailor was. You knew his wife. You knew who his wife's friends were. Martin Luther King. Oh my God, you knew all his kids' names. Martin Luther King. Everything was just Martin Luther King. I was like, yo. And then it was always Martin Luther King was so non-violent, and then they show you the one brother getting hit with the water hose and doing the like somersaults and the twirlies. You're like, yo, what? Oh my God. We will not be violent. We will not be violent, non-violent. Look, 4th grade, we all had the Know the I Have a Dream speech. Know it. I know it. Here's what I don't know. The stuff he said before the I Have a Dream speech. That's, come to find out, that's the part that everybody seems to get really vague on. I know, I'm just Asian and Pacific Islander, right? I know, but let me say this, people, before I get ready to get back into this and let y'all hear the episode. Nobody talks about that part ever. Who do you know that goes, yo, the stuff he was saying before he said the I Have a Dream stuff? Oof. Because apparently he was roasting. He was going in. It was wild. He was saying he was being, yo. He was probably more Malcolm than Martin. You know what I'm saying? And word is, somebody had to holler at him and be like, yo, do the dream. Because he did the I Have a Dream speech before, I think in Detroit or somewhere. Way before this joint. Way before the march on Washington. So they was like, yo, give him that piece. Give him that piece. And he did it. And that's all we remember now. Nobody remembers nothing he said before that. Crazy. They just act like he came out on stage and was like, I have a dream. And that was it. Like, he ain't say nothing before that. He ain't say good evening. Yeah, because when they show you the video, they never show anything else but the start of that thing. Whoever edited that is a genius. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it feel like he just popped up on stage. Like he probably pushed somebody out the way like he was ODB. Like, you know, I got dressed for do my thing. Wu-Tang is for the kids and I had a dream. Like, you never hear the beginnings of that. Smart editing. But that is also what made him iconic. And as a kid, it was just like, oh, I'm tired of this dude. Then you start finding out my man was a lot more human. And you're like, I see why they didn't say all of this. Okay. They done made you their hero. You're like pop culture mainstream's hero, so they don't want everybody to know about all this other stuff. Oh, Martin used to get it in. Martin was out here wilding for a minute. Oh, Martin had to be told to do the non-violent thing. I did not know that. Okay. Alright. Martin might be cool, but he still won't cool enough for me to care like that. So, yeah. I said it. Soon as I said it, some dudes they and running with his hand, trying to take my. You wanna make noise, Dr. Dre. I've totally met, like, my mind was still on Martin Luther King and trying to get into this transition to this next thing that I totally blanked out. That's one of my favorite Dr. Dre songs too. Anyway, let me ride. Can't be doing that too much because somebody will cut this all up and be like, y'all owe them people some money. Anyway, This is about Asian and Pacific Islanders month and how it started. See, I'm bringing it back, y'all. And yeah, and we will be getting into a lot of stuff, a lot of dope stuff, a lot of heavy stuff. Have fun with it, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for if you're still listening, if you didn't try to figure out how to fast forward to the actual joint and you just was riding with this whole thing, thank y'all. Y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know how I get down. I veer off sometimes, man. Thank y'all. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. Thank y'all for listening. Be sure to go look up Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? Don't believe me. Go look that speech up on YouTube or something, and you'll see it cuts right there. Boom, like, you know, and it's like, and the way he's standing and moving, you can tell he was saying some other stuff before. Like, when you get older, you realize he was saying some other stuff before that. What was that? I'm pretty sure maybe on YouTube or someplace you can probably get the whole joint. Cause trust me, the whole joint, oof, wee. When you see people tell you what was being said, it was gangster. Oh, man. But anyway, thank y'all for rocking with me on this. Happy Cinco de Mayo. If y'all was out here celebrating, may the 4th be with you. Out here with your Vader mask on, or your Stormtrooper joint on, or you dressed in looking like you went out here and you took the Kanye clothes that you been bought and made yourself a Jedi. That's who everybody always be like, yo, Kanye clothes look like they dystopian. No, Kanye clothes look like he's a Jedi. Like he that was his inner Jedi. Like, I'm gonna go out here and be dressing like, you know what I'm saying, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi and Window and all them. I'm on my Jedi vibe right now, you know what I mean? For real. Because if you ever notice, outside of the Empire, nobody has real clothes on. Like, nobody's out here really. They don't start putting real pants and stuff on until they get ready to get into their fighters. You know what I'm saying? Get into the space fighting. Everybody else is just out here with these long robes on. It's like, yo, no matter what the weather is, it be cold. They got long, and you're just like, yo, so y'all got pants under there? What we doing? Anyway, so salute to y'all celebrating, who've celebrated May the 4th. Salute to y'all celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Please do a lot of just research on Asian and Pacific Islander, which also somehow includes a lot of Middle Eastern people. That is the connection I gotta really try to figure out how that worked. But yeah, this is what we do. Let's get into it. Thank y'all for listening. Let's go. Yes. No, that is not the end. We got like 30 whole more minutes, man. But before we get into that, I know, ayo. I was out here zoning with the classic joints. I'm up here rocking the Slick Rick and Johnny Gill. I'm up here like, whoa, your body thing. Yo, remember when y'all saw the Johnny Gill video for Rub You Right Way? And then he got to a point where he did the jazz hands. And had jazz hands rocking. Yo, Johnny Gill only had like 3 moves. He had 3 good dance moves. New Edition was the best thing that ever happened to him. Because when he got back with it, he had some dance steps. But when he was just out here freestyling, he had that. And then he get into that jazz hand joint. Wow. Anyway, this is that time of the night where we do what we do. And this is the ill part. Because we don't do it like this. Take it from the top. This moment in Asian and Pacific Islander history. May starts the whole thing of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And here's the wild part. It started out as a week. President Jimmy Carter was like, yo, let me do this right here. And in 79, it was Asian and Pacific Islander Week. That joint was crazy. That's what we talking about right here. Now, all of a sudden, by the 90s, it became different. It became a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Then we got into the whole point of it being a month. But it started out as a week. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things is May holds 2 different major important moves. Because we're going to get to the second one first. Because the first one, we're going to talk about real quick. The The second one was May 10th, 1896, Golden Spike Day. They recognized the completion of the first transcontinental railroad in the U.S. And the reason why that is a big deal, because if you know your history, a lot of Chinese workers were the ones who did that. And trust me, we're going to talk about it. If we don't talk about it this year, we'll probably talk about it next year. But we're going to find a time to talk about it, because trust me when I tell y'all, we need to talk about that. That is, those are some wild times. You know what I'm saying? They were treated very poorly. Never mind. But let's get into the first reason. One and the main big joint too. May 7th, 1843 is when the Japanese immigrants came to the U.S. Now, see, here's the part that's crazy. When they got here, they didn't just come to like the actual us. They was started out rocking out there in Hawaii, doing a lot of work. Then some migrated to the West Coast. That's why Japan, the Asian culture vibe is so ill out there, especially with the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? They was out there in Oregon, they was out there in Washington, and California. But you know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. They got there first, you know what I'm saying? From 1868 to 1911, they had over 400,000 Japanese men, women in America. You know what I'm saying? They say it was mostly there out there in Hawaii, but that's where these two joints come from. That's where the whole concept of May being the Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Boom. That's a dope look. It wasn't even a lot to talk about that. It was just dope history. You know what I'm saying? That's why the West Coast is so flooded with that joint right there. That's why you be in certain spots and everybody just golden brown, almondy, honey complected, carameled it up. Cause everybody meshing together. You be like, yeah, you can roll up on the shorty like, yo, so you know what I'm saying? Why you look so yeah, cause my mama Filipino, my daddy Spanish, my mama this and my daddy that. Like, yo, this is wow. But you know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of that come from. This is why May is that thing for Asian and Pacific. I don't know why it sounds so wild to say Asian and Pacific Islander. But you know what I'm saying? For those who know, yeah, that's what it is. That's where that comes from. That's why we do it in May as a country. That's why I'm going to do it in May and represent for all peoples of color. Because you know how we do, man. It's just, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We got to represent people of color. Because sometimes it's a wild joint out there, man. So that's what I do with not just Black history. This too, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna get into. No, hold on. Let me hold on. I was watching this joint. I'm totally off subject. This ain't even a history moment joint. This is some wild joint. I know y'all probably seen it on y'all joint too. There's this super heavy set, enormous transgender woman who's like, I'm a baddie, and she's in a circle of the pretty people. And it's the funniest thing, because while we're talking about Asian and Pacific Islanders and color and people of color and how our history needs to be represented, it also needs to be said that our standards of beauty is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so this big woman, trans woman, is around these pretty people. A couple of dudes on one side, a couple of women on this side, and confidence is oozing. Like, she is flooding the room with confidence, and they are laughing at her, and she is overlooking everything. She is high-watering everybody. She is watchtowering over them. She is a satellite, and they're still on Earth swimming in her confidence. It's the wildest thing, right? And it hit me. They're laughing at her, not even because of the trans thing. By the way, when dudes talk that trans, and they be like, I hate trans, they only mean ugly people, for real. Because Sports Illustrated had a trans woman in their magazine. Guess what? Nobody complained. Nobody's out here. Half of the time, people were trying to figure out which one it was. Nobody complained. They only talk about that when it's like it looks like it's just a dude with a wig on. Sorry if it hurt feelings, but let's keep it a buck. Anyway, and I just realized, like, people of color, our standards of beauty are not the same. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. You have to be this tall and this thin, and you have to have this. It's just different joints. I saw one white dude go, nobody wants anybody that's 200. And then it was like a group of dudes just had pictures of they women all curvaceous and everything and with their weight. And it's like, yo, there's a different standard of what we, you know what I'm saying? And when I say different dudes, it was a Jamaican dude, an African dude, a black dude, a Hispanic dude, I think a Filipino, Asian-y looking dude, and a Native American dude, and a white guy who had a brown woman. But I'm just saying, they all had weight to them, all were thick, all, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, and I'm watching both of these back to back, and it hit me. We do not hold the same standards of beauty. Now, colorism, that's a whole nother thing. That's a different conversation. But our standards are different. And so I was like saluting. And it's wild because they couldn't get past the fact that she's not going to let you box her in. And it was funny to me that they were laughing but not understanding they were the joke at the same time. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying, just bugging to me because I'm like, that could have been any person of color. The right, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, don't nobody want, nah. Because when you see chicks who think they all that, they out here like, yo, I'm that chick. When it's people of color, these chicks vary. And even then, when you see these little joints when they're outside, and they be like, hey, shorty, what you think you are? Rate yourself 1 to 10. Oh, I'm 10. And then a dude be like, you're 6. Why? And then they'll point, be like, look at your stomach. And she's like, nah, they don't even, I'm getting dudes. What are you talking about? Levels. And dudes who say that, most of the time, no disrespect, are white dudes. And it's just the funniest vibe. You know what I mean? Or it's black dudes who have that TV perception. Where they, you know what I'm saying? Because it's different to go, yo, that's what I'm into. That's different. But I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's just wild. And this Asian Pacific Islander thing, and then seeing this stuff, people of color, we just have different vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different move. It's just a, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we get back into this music. We ain't got that much time. And this was very short. And I shouldn't have even I should have just let it dip out and then just got back into the music. But at the same time, my mind was so lost on what I was seeing. I was like, yo, I can't believe this is what, you know what I mean? Sorry, y'all. But anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. Get at me on Twitter. Blackseed, BLACK_CEEZ. Get at me on the gram. Y'all know who I am. Blackseed's the son. BLACKCEEZARSONN. Get at me on Facebook Live at the Oasis. I'm on Mixcloud, SoundCloud. Hitters.at got all the new stuff. Soon we'll be doing some other stuff on other places also. But for right now, it's those spots. Check out the podcast where you get these history moment joints. Our world, our time. ORU world, ORU time on most streaming services. So far, I know that we're on Spotify. I know we're on Apple. I know it's on Google. I know it's on Stitcher. I know it's on iHeartRadio. I know it's on a few other joints here and there too. I'm missing some people. I know I am. But we everywhere, man. We Podbean or whatever they call that joint. We on that joint. Podcatcher, Podchaser. You know what I'm saying? Some random joints. We out here, man. And like I said, it's just dope. And we'll get back into this music stuff and do what we do. You know what I mean? Word. We gonna get into one of my favorite joints. J Electronica, Exhibit C. Let's do what we do. Yes, hey, my time's up. I felt like, yo, I was like, don't rush me. I'm gonna get there in a minute. If I do, if I don't, where is you with it? The BP bumping. I don't know why I get into the joint, I be rhyming, and then I get into that weird pause like, whoop whoop, that might be, I don't know. I gotta figure out what do I be listening to that got that weird rhyme pattern or musical melody or something. I don't know, man. But anyway, my time is up. I'm getting ready to get up out of here, go watch some more basketball, and you know what I'm saying, just chill, you know what I'm saying, get the mind, you know what I'm saying, relax the mind and let the conscience be free, watch a little NBA, you know what do me, eat some ice cream or something, just to get it bumping, something. Anyway, I'm playing. I'ma holler at y'all later, Saturday, right, Saturday. So we gonna do what we do Saturday, and I still gotta get back into this whole like Universal Soul joint too once a month. We just play a bunch of foreign joints. Ooh, I got joints all over the place too. I be finding it while I'm like letting my hard drive just play sometimes on random, and I be like, ooh, that's dope. But we gonna get into some stuff on that then. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Let me stop playing, stop talking, and do what we do. You know, so y'all know how we do. What we do? Time it up like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.